Hello, Ryan here, and welcome to Star Citizen Sunday. This is a weekly show which covers all of the news from the week just past. Be sure to subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get on with it. This week, we check out the upcoming plans for Capacitor gameplay. Our questions regarding the reputation system are answered, plus we learn more about the missile operator mode and how Multicrew will begin to evolve. So this week's Inside Star Citizen kicked off looking at the upcoming Capacitor gameplay. They say it is to give players extra options during combat, as right now combat really just involves the combination of overclocking components and getting your reticle on target first, which is very linear, and the amount of decisions we make during combat is really limited. They want us to be able to think more and commit to a decision to either attack or defend, and capacitors will provide short, exciting bursts of gameplay, giving us the choice to make a difference. Now they say think along the lines of a pool of extra energy that we can choose to use for a specific maneuver or tactic. More thrust to outmaneuver, for example, so more power to thrusters for a limited amount of time to help to get a better angle. Now you won't be able to just swap charges between guns, shields, or shields to thrusters, but you can prioritize which subsystem you want to regenerate first. And they are intending that those who will benefit from this system the most are the players that can think ahead and take advantage of the system. Basically, you are strategically employing your limited resources at the right time for the right situation, with CIG hoping that this will make combat more positional based and make dogfighting really exciting and less linear. At this time, they almost have the auto-tuning for the 4 main fighter categories done. Next is to make sure that the weapons fit within these categories and they are getting the kill times and maneuvering offsets where they want them. They do say that this isn't intended to limit the ships to a specific performance window, more to feel like you are pushing the limits of the ship and yourself. Now it's a very complex system and they want to do it right and will continue to test and balance and use what we do to help tune it, as well as continue to make the differences between the ships align with where they want them to be, with this feature evolving over several releases. So personally, I'm not sure how this is going to play or how it's going to feel. I do love the sound of making combat more tactical and reward good decision making and planning over who can just get their reticle on target the quickest. But until I get my hands on this system, it's really too difficult to say whether this is in the right direction or not. But either way, the beauty of how Star Citizen is being made, we can try these systems and methods out and help to refine them into what they need to be and what they're intended to be. So I'm really excited to see how this will work. Anyway, moving on, next up we took a look at the upcoming missile operator mode alongside what they are doing to get multicrew in our ships. Now operator mode itself will give each ship its purpose and allow each seat or station access to certain tools on that ship. This will open up multicrew significantly, giving a lot more freedom for players to cooperate and coordinate in different ways. Operator mode allows the devs to split out a feature giving the person sat in a particular seat all the information about a specific task. And currently the modes that they have in game right now are quantum travel, scanning and mining. For Multicrew, they are manipulating these operator modes to allow different people in different seats to access different operator modes, so the co-pilot could be scanning while the pilot is flying. Now this will allow the pilot to completely focus on flying while the co-pilot scans away, communicating with each other and working together to do what is needed. Now they are currently working on the missile operator mode, which is the first new mode they are looking at, and this gives players quick access to the missiles in combat. So how missile operator mode is going to work first off is you will need to switch between guns or missile operator mode. You can't use both your guns and missiles at the same time. However, if you do have a multi-crew ship, the pilot can use the guns while another player can have complete control over the missiles. In this mode, you'll be able to pre-select how many missiles you want to fire, lock them and then fire them all. This will also display how much of a lock someone has and what their chances of hitting the target are. So this missile operator mode provides a dedicated station, plus lots more information on what you have available and what is happening. And along with missile operator mode, they have completely reworked the missiles, which now fly under the Intelligent Flight Control System, or IFCS-2, just like our ships do. One of the biggest changes to missiles is they now have fuel, so as they maneuver and accelerate, they will use more fuel, and this means that we can actually outrun or outmaneuver them. Also, this means they'll have very limited opportunity to come back at you if you do manage to evade them. Now, they have split the missiles into 3 stages of flight. You have stage 1, which is the boost stage, where the missile is trying to get up to top speed as soon as possible. And once there, stage 2, which is intercept stage, where the missile is trying to track the target and intercept, and then that moves on to stage 3, for when the missile is even closer, it'll just switch to full tracking, where it puts all its efforts into hitting the target. So right now they say they are very happy with it and purposely didn't rush it out last quarter, as there were a lot of quality of life improvements that they felt it needed first. One thing to note is they will continue to push to improve the game and the systems as they continue to develop. Now, I'm so happy that they are bringing functionality to these other ship stations. Even having the ability to scan independently from the pilot will be great, meaning that players can work together inside the same ship, communicating in all manner of gameplay. And of course, the missile operator mode is just the first system to get this. It'll grow and affect all other areas of the game, giving more purpose to teaming up together in a single ship, rather than everyone just jumping into their own ship. But with that said, that was Inside Star Citizen. Quite an interesting episode this week, but let's move on. So also this week, Star Citizen Live was with Jeremiah Lee, a concept artist out of the LA studio, for a game dev episode as they explore the sequel to the Invictus-themed historical United Earth Empire Fleet Uniform series, with this episode actually going way back to the United Planets of Earth era. The reputation system had an AMA over on Spectrum, which I will be breaking down into a separate video later this week. A Gift for Baba Part 2 story was released, and finally the Squadron 42 monthly report was reposted to the Spectrum. However, I have already covered this in a separate video, which I will link in the description below. So that brings us to the end of the show. If you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. Also, I am able to do this thanks to my very generous patrons and channel members. If you appreciate what I do and would like to help make it even better from as little as $1 a month, all of the links are provided below.